I had not seen Sarah in 10 years. Then my room door opened, and my high school crush walked in wearing a white coat. For one impossible second, I thought fate had given us another chance, but I was wrong. She looked into my eyes, leaned close, and whispered 6 words I never expected to hear. The first thing I noticed was the smell of antiseptic. The second was the blood running down my arm. The third was her. Dr. Sarah Collins walked through the emergency room, curtained with a clipboard in her hand and no emotion on her face. For a moment, I forgot the pain. I forgot the bike crash. I forgot the nurse pressing gauze against my wound. Because the woman standing in front of me was the girl I had loved 10 years ago, the girl who vanished from my life after graduation, the girl I searched for until searching started to feel like begging. Sarah looked at my chart. Not at me. How did this happen? Her voice was calm, professional. Cold. I swallowed hard. Bike slipped on the rain. She nodded and pulled on gloves. Then let us clean that up. No shock. No smile, no Sarah. Just Dr. Collins. And somehow that hurt worse than the cut in my arm. 10 years earlier, Sarah and I were the kind of couple people either loved or hated. We were always together. At school, at the lake, at the diner where she studied biology, and I pretended to understand her notes. Every rainy morning she ordered black coffee and I ordered hot chocolate because she said I had the taste buds of a child. Every Friday night we watched old movies on my parents' couch until one of us fell asleep. Usually it was me. She would draw little stars on my wrist with a pen and whisper, "Future doctor checking if her favorite patient is alive." I would open one eye and say, "Your patient needs pizza." She laughed like the world had never hurt her. We had small dreams. A little white house with a porch. Maybe children someday. A kitchen big enough for burnt pancakes and late night arguments about whose turn it was to wash dishes. One afternoon we stood outside an old house for sale near the edge of town. The porch paint was peeling. The garden was wild. But Sarah looked at it like it was a palace. One day she said, I squeezed her hand. One day. She carried a scrapbook everywhere. Movie tickets, pressed flowers, photographs, notes I wrote during class. On the last page she taped a picture of us at the lake and wrote, "No matter where life takes us, we find our way back." I believe that sentence more than I believed anything. Then senior year changed, slowly at first, small things. She stopped walking home with me every day. She said she was tired. She canceled 2 dates in 1 week. She said she had to study. When her phone buzzed, she turned it face down. When I reached for her hand, she held it a second too late. I noticed, but I was 17, and 17-year-old boys are experts at ignoring the things that scare them. Thought maybe she was stressed about medical school. I thought maybe her parents were pressuring her. I thought love meant giving her space. So I gave her space, too much space. The week before graduation, I bought her a small silver necklace shaped like a heartbeat. On the back I had engraved one word. Always. I planned to give it to her after the ceremony. Maybe even ask her to promise that no matter what college did to us, we would fight for each other. But the night before graduation I received a message from an unknown number. It said, "Sarah is only staying with you because she feels sorry for you." Then another message came. "She has been accepted across the country and does not know how to tell you she is leaving." Then a picture appeared. Sarah sitting in a car beside a guy I recognized from school. His hand was on the steering wheel. Her face was turned away. The message under it said, "Do not embarrass yourself tomorrow." I stared at the screen until my eyes burned. I called Sarah. No answer. I texted her. No reply. I drove to her house. Her bedroom light was off, so I did the weakest thing I have ever done. I believed the message. The next morning at graduation, Sarah looked for me in the crowd. I saw her. She saw me. But I looked away first. After the ceremony, she tried to reach me near the parking lot. Walked away. I told myself I was protecting my pride, but really, I was breaking both our hearts without knowing it. By evening, she was gone. No goodbye. No explanation, no second chance. I kept the necklace in its box for 10 years, unopened, untouched, hidden in the back of my closet like a wound I refused to clean. And now, 10 years later, Sarah Collins was standing above me in an emergency room, holding a needle. "Your wound is deep," she said. "I need to stitch it." Tried to smile. "You always said you would be a doctor." Her hand paused for half a second. Then she continued cleaning my arm. "Please stay still." That was all. No memory. No warmth, but I saw it. The tiny crack in her face. She remembered. Of course she remembered. The eye was chaos around us. A child crying behind one curtain. A man shouting for a nurse. Rain tapping hard against the window. But inside that small white room, the silence between us was louder than everything. She stitched the first part of my wound with perfect hands, then the second, then the third. But when her sleeve lifted slightly, I saw something on her wrist. A faded blue ink mark. Not fresh, a tattoo. A tiny star. The same kind she used to draw on my wrist when we were young. My chest tightened. "Sarah." She did not look up. Not here. 2 words, but they carried 10 years of pain. I waited until the nurse stepped out. "I need to know why you left." Her eyes lifted then, and for the first time, I saw anger. Not coldness, not distance anger. Why I left. Her voice shook once. Then she looked back at my wound. "You really still tell it that way." I froze. "What does that mean?" She tied off the stitch. "You were always good at pretending you did not know." I sat up despite the pain. "I do not know." "Sarah, I have never known." Her eyes filled. But she blinked the tears away before they could fall. For 1 second I saw the girl from the lake, the girl with coffee in one hand and my future in the other. Then, she became a doctor again. "You need antibiotics." She reached for the tray. I caught her wrist. "Gently, please." That was when she leaned close to check my pulse. Close enough that only I could hear. "Do you remember me?" My throat closed. Every day, her face changed. Something dark and broken moved behind her eyes. "Because I spent every day since senior year trying to forget what you did." Then she stepped back. I did not breathe. "What I did?" She laughed once, but there was no humor in it. "You let them destroy me." Then she turned and walked out. The curtain swung behind her, and I was left with my blood, my stitches, and a sentence that made no sense. "You let them destroy me." A few minutes later, an older nurse came in with discharge papers. She looked at me strangely. "You knew Dr. Collins before today?" I nodded slowly. "A long time ago." The nurse hesitated, then said, "She never reacts to patients." But after she left, "Your room," she stood in the supply closet, crying. That broke something inside me. I left the hospital with a bandaged arm and drove straight home through the rain. For the first time in years, I opened the box in my closet. The silver necklace was still there. Always under it was my old phone, dead cracked, forgotten. I charged it for nearly an hour. When the screen finally lit up, there were messages I had not seen in 10 years. Dozens of failed deliveries. But not from Sarah, from my old best friend, Mark. The first one said, "Do not call her, trust me." The second said, "Her dad found out about you too." The third said, "I handled it." I stared at those 3 words. I handled it. My hands went cold. Mark had been with me the night I received that unknown message. Mark had told me not to go after Sarah. Mark had said, if she wanted Knew she would be here. I searched deeper. Old photos, old emails, then I found a screenshot buried in a folder, a fake message. Edited to look like it came from me. Sarah, I never loved you like that. I am going to college single. Please do not make graduation awkward. My stomach turned. I never wrote that. I had never seen it before. The next morning, I went back to the hospital. Sarah refused to see me, so I waited outside, near the ambulance bay while rain dripped from the roof. After almost an hour, she came out still wearing her white coat. Her eyes were tired. Go home, Leo. Mark lied to us. She stopped walking. I held up the old phone with shaking hands. He sent me messages. He sent you fake ones too. Did he not? Sarah stared at the screen, her face slowly lost color. For 10 years, she had believed I threw her away. For 10 years, I had believed she left me, and between you stood one jealous friend who wanted what we had. Her lips trembled. He told me you laughed after sending it. I shook my head. He told me you were leaving with someone else. A tear finally slipped down her cheek. I waited for you after graduation. My voice broke. I saw you. I thought you were coming to tell me goodbye. I was coming to give you this. I opened my hand. The silver necklace lay in my palm. Always. Sarah covered her mouth. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The rain filled the silence. Then she whispered, I had a letter for you too. She reached into her bag and pulled out an old folded envelope, yellowed at the edges. My name was written across the front in her handwriting, Leo. Inside was a letter dated the night before graduation. I read the first line and nearly collapsed. If you are scared about the future, but please do not let fear make decisions for us. The letter was not goodbye. It was a promise. She had planned to fight for us, and I had walked away because I trusted a lie more than I trusted her eyes. I looked at Sarah through tears. I should have asked. You. She wiped her face, but her voice was steady. I should have found you. We stood there like two people meeting at the ruins of a house they had built together. Nothing could return the 10 years. Not the birthdays. Not the lonely holidays. Not the lives we almost shared. But the truth had finally arrived. Late, cruel, necessary. Sarah looked at the necklace in my hand. You kept it. I nodded. I could not throw away the only future I ever wanted. Her face broke then. Not dramatically. Not loudly. Just one quiet sob she could not hold back. I stepped forward. Then stopped. Because love does not erase pain just because the truth arrives. She looked at me. And for the first time that night, she did not look like my doctor. She looked like Sarah. My Sarah. But older. Wounded. Changed. I cannot go back, she said. I know. I do not know if I can forgive 10 years. She said, I know. She looked at the envelope in my hand. But I also do not want to spend another 10 years believing a lie. So I placed the necklace gently in her palm, not as a proposal, not as pressure, just as proof that somewhere inside all the confusion, the love had been real. Sarah closed her fingers around it. The rain softened. An ambulance siren faded in the distance. She looked at me one last time and said, Coffee? I blinked. What? She almost smiled. Tomorrow morning. Black. Coffee for me. Hot chocolate for you. My laugh came out broken. You remember that? She looked down at the necklace. I tried not to. Then she walked back into the hospital. And I stood there in the rain, holding her old letter against my chest. For 10 years I thought Sarah disappeared from my life. But the truth was worse. We had both been standing on opposite sides of the same lie, waiting for the other person to come back. Sometimes love does not end because two people stop loving each other. Sometimes it ends because one cruel lie arrives at the exact moment both Hearts are too young to question it. And sometimes, if life is kind enough, the truth comes back wearing a white coat, holding a needle and whispering the question that changes everything. Do you remember me? Now you tell him. Was Leo wrong for believing the lie without asking Sarah? Or was Sarah wrong for disappearing without fighting for the truth? Love and Lies, because every heart has a secret. Subscribe for more emotional stories. See you in the next story.